Perfect. Uh, okay. So, Sai, I will first walk you through what we have done yesterday. Okay. Uh,
Yeah,
now, Naveed and Khushbu, I'll just take a couple of minutes to just brief Sai what we have done yesterday, and then we will start out with the today's lecture. Okay.
No worries, no worries. Take your time, Arjit. It's okay.
Sure. Perfect. Thanks for
No, it's fine. It's a region for us, so it's fine.
yeah. Okay. So, Sai, yesterday we covered out all the modalities that are available within the OpenAI as well. Okay. So, starting with the first one, we understood how the audio input and text output can work over here. Okay. That means like you can convert audio to text, and you can also convert text to audio as well.
sure.
And we also understood like how to make uh, audio and the conversation if you have to generate the output from the LLM models, you can also use LLM for understanding the question, and then LLM can also answer those questions on your behalf as well. Okay, so we checked out first both the ways, and we were also able to generate out the audio for the actual question that the user has typed in. Then on the real-time data analysis, okay, just like we have Google searches, in OpenAI models, we have a web search preview model. Okay, so this is just like the Google model. It has a separate tool that helps you do that. In here as well, it is the same way. It is a specific tool, and in this, the tool is defined by type, and you just define out what is the web search preview. You just have to define that it is web search preview, and based on that, model is able to pick up the most recent of the informations from the web itself. So this is the first way of interacting with the web search models in the OpenAI. Then apart from that, there is also a certain way where you can also interact with this model, and for interacting with this model, you can also give the user's location as well. When I say the user's location, you can just type in which specific area you want to get the information for. We just checked it for like if you have to get the best restaurants around Gurgaon, and I just type in the user's location, and I go for the website. It's also able to give me the output of those recently most good best of the restaurants in that area itself, and you can see like how beautifully it was designing out the output with that. So this is an additional feature that was not available in Gemini, where a user location can be also fed it out to the model to understand it up. And then there is a certain way. The above two solutions had some latency as well, and if you want to control out the latency, you can just use this like a search context size equal to low, and based on that, it will be able to extract out the most relevant information for you. And here, if you select this as low, then the latency period will be very low for you. Okay, so that is the other thing that we covered. And
Low means like a recent data kind of
no, it means latency. Latency means the time of response.
loading time. Okay, okay, I got it.
Very
Time
small.
for processing and the response time.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. Responsiveness. Okay. Then in this model, there is also one more capability additionally available, that is known as moderation of the content. Okay, so that means, let's think from that perspective. If you have a contact center, or if you have a product specifically that you have designed out, okay, and you want to see the community feedback, how the users are responding out to your products, so you can also use out this thing. And this actually gives you the output in the form of a certain percentages. That means it can be like hate can have some percentage, and all the different sort of content can have a different sort of a percentage values, based on which you can decide out whether this content is harmful or not. And this can be used for designing your feedback systems for your solutions also. And this is a very good way where the teams and the companies have started to use the moderation for their live comments that are coming onto their platform. So this is one way of uh, taking those responses and moderating that up. Then reasoning model of the context. So the models where we have a complex solution. That means if we are having a complex problem statement and you want LLM to give you the response, and for that you have a certain model that is known as O4 mini and O4. So you can use those models, and based on that it will be able to give you the sort of a response, and the response will be very much to the point, and it will give you the complete context and the coding. If you have asked for a code, it will give you the code, and if you want to do any other calculations, it will also be able to do. And the same reason goes with here as well. If you want to control out the latency or the response time, you can just put in over here low, medium, and high based on the sort of responses and the accuracy level that you want to decide out. So this is the model for your reasoning capabilities. Then apart from that, just like we have seen that you can extract out the data from the URL of the PDFs as well. Similar to that, this model also supports that you can just provide in your PDF data, and then based on that you can ask the question and it is able to give you the responses. So it can support out both the local images, local PDF files, as well as the other externally available URL files as well, from where you want to extract out the information. That is another piece of thing. And then we started out to understand the concept of a RAG solution, and we just understood like what is RAG and how the RAG solutions are actually built across. So I will
Oh,
today walking through the steps of creating out a RAG solution. Okay.
yeah.
So
Ajit,
yeah,
shared this modality file, Ajit, to the.
I missed it yesterday. I'll share you tonight. Okay.
Yeah,
After
thanks.
covering out the concept of RAG, I will share you that.
Okay.
Okay. So any questions in this site?
No, no. I actually went through the video also and took up the notes. So I'll start working in the system and I'll get back to comments.
Okay, perfect. Okay. Now, there is one more thing that I also wanted to convey you all as well. When you are trying to use the image conversion of these models, okay, that means if you are trying to use the image generation of GPT, it will need an authentication from you. Okay, that means they will do a user authentication for you. Okay, so it is very critical that you are using those image generation in a proper way, and they will also take uh, like a note of how you are using those image generation, because of some problem with that that we have seen with the images modifications that the people are trying to do. So they have put in a proper validation for you in order to use the GPT models for image generation. Okay, and image generation models are actually supported by two things. One is a Delhi model, and another model is image GPT image one. Okay, IMG1. So that way these models are actually trying to generate out here uh, it is also able to handle out your responses as well. Okay, so now the thing that we are trying to do is a RAG solution. Okay, so uh, uh, in order to do the RAG solution, it is very important for you to understand the concept of uh, retrieval and understand the concept of generation. Okay, now we have seen so far that if we are having single file, it is very easy to extract out the information from it. Okay, that means you can just pass in the file, and you can ask a question to it, and then based on that it will be able to answer the questions for you. Okay, now what about those scenarios where you have multiple files of your company? when I say multiple files of the company, it means that you can have more than one file as well. Okay. So in those cases, you will have to create out a vector DBs. Okay. Now I will show you the concept of vector DB first. Okay. Uh, are you able to see this?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. So guys, this is a when you go into OpenAI models, okay, you can go over here and you can see whichever files are available. You can see in this section, and if you have created out any vector DB, you can see over here as well. Okay. Now I will show you how to create these things out. Okay, and how these things can be created out in the first way so that you can use it to upload many more images for your use cases also. Just give it a minute. Okay. So the first thing over here is in the script, I have created out a code where you can upload the files to the Google Cloud Store, the storage of that OpenAI models. Okay. So I have taken up two file types. One is that is available in the open web URL link, and the other one that is available in my session that I've uploaded up, that I've uploaded to my solution. Okay. Now that means it can support out both the ways, that it can support out your URL files, file content as well, and it can also support out your local file storage as well. Okay, so once I click over here, you will be able to see that these files are uploaded and these files are stored into the storage of that particular uh, like a DB file, this particular OpenAI storage. Okay, so both the files are now available over here. Okay, now till now I have not created out any vector DB, so that means none of the vector DB is created out, and I have still not created out anything that can be used by the LLM model to understand and give you the responses based on the data that you have provided. Okay, now my next step over here will be
Arjit,
to
sorry, that content slash Google Gemini PDF. That is a local file, correct? That is
correct.
from your drive
Look,
you are uploading.
right.
Okay, okay, yeah.
Okay, now the next step over here is first of all, you should also know which step we are doing. Right now, we are into this step that is known as retrieval. Okay, that means you are picking your data, creating out the data in a understandable manner so that LLMs can understand what you are trying to ask for. Okay, now the next step for me will be to create out a vector DB. Now let's create out this, and I've just created it out with the help of client and vector storage create option, and I've given the name as knowledge base. Okay, now when I go over here on the playground, I you will see that you will be able to see another vector DB created out now. Okay, so now the vector DB is created, but still now till now there is no file uploaded into this vector DB. Okay, now our next step is that we should upload these files that we have uploaded into the open AI database into the vector DB. Okay, so how do we create that? I'll show you. That is the next step that we will check now. Okay, so first thing you should know that whenever you are creating any files, whenever you are uploading any file to the OpenAI models, they are storing that into a certain storage space of theirs, and they create out a ID for each of your file uploads. So this file that I've uploaded, YLC represents the deep research block, and S7B4 represents your Gemini 2.0 2 PDF. Okay, now I will just upload this into my vector DB first. Okay. So you can see over here, added files this to the vector DB and this file again to the vector DB. Okay. Now this means you will see now, I will just refresh it again. Now you will see that both the files are linked up, okay, into your vector DB. That means we have uploaded those files, and now this vector DB is having the knowledge base of these documents as well. Okay, both the files are available for the model to understand now, and vector DB is having the model is having the information about these two files. For your knowledge purpose. Okay. Now, earlier there was lot of other concepts as well that we used to do. We used to handle out chunking. We used to handle out text splitting, paragraph splitting, or any of the splitting categories as well. We used to do, and then we used to take out the next steps over here. But for this new advancements and new features that have come across over here, they are able to take care of all those things automatically. Okay, just like in the OpenAI, we have these auto modules created out. Similar to this, in the Google ecosystem, we have a RAG engine as well. Okay, RAG engine does the same thing for you. I'll just show you that as well. What is the meaning of RAG engine? So earlier the step for creating out this vector DB was you were having a source file, then you were parsing it into, and then you were first step was creating out the chunking. That means you were splitting your context files data into a small chunks so that you can create out an indexing. Indexing is nothing just like your embedding. So you guys know what is embedding? Uh, Sai, Naveed, and Khushbu. Guys, you know what is embedding?
Yeah, I think I mean, my understanding is it is a way to represent the text or images or any data we're giving in numerical form basically. So array of numbers, so
Correct.
machine can understand it.
Correct. That is known as embeddings. Okay. So earlier, this embedding part was taken care by the uh, scripts, and it was more problematic for each and every one of us to create the chunking in a proper way and then creating the embedding in a proper way. And now there was another problem over there, like how do you update your content as well? Okay. How you update your context regularly over there. So all those challenges were there, but now with the help of these RAG engine and the OpenAI new advancements, uh, everything is handled by the model itself, and the services that are being used over here can be directly used to you can just focus on creating out your own business problem statements, and you can focus more onto your problem statements rather than just focusing on over the uh, creating out these most optimized results for you. Okay, and once those embeddings were created out, those were getting stored into your vector DB. Okay, so this was your end-to-end cycle for creating out just the document injection or the retrieval piece. That means you are extracting your information from the documents, and then you are passing it on into the vector DB so that the model can understand about it. Okay, now the next thing that came over here is how to get the responses from your models now. Okay, now sorry, not the models, but your vector DB. So this means you have created out a database of your documents. This is just similar to your SQL systems. Okay, you have an SQL table. You have a number of columns, and in each column you have a certain specific information available. Okay, now these models are directly available, and now this uh, retrieval piece or the answer generation piece is handled by this small script that takes care of your data retrieval. Okay, now what it means is you create out your client instance, you create out the responses you want to get, and you can first select out the model from where which you want to use for data generation. Second thing, you can type in your query, and the third thing comes over here are the tools. Okay, now these tools are very specific, and you have to take care, like how and the what sort of responses you want to generate out. Okay, so let's say if you want that I should have a uh, five different responses for the question that the user has asked, and out of those five then you want to make a decision that which one is the best answer, and based on that you want to generate out the actual response for the user. Okay, that is one way. Second thing is you can restrict the number of responses, maximum number of responses to a minimum set, and you can then take a decision that out of these two, just give me the most relevant answers for it. Okay, and for this sort of a solution, when you are using the tool for the OpenAI, it has to have the file search type. Okay, just like above ones, when you are using any other type, any other sort of a data, any other sort of a models, you were having a different type of tool. Okay, so that means when you were using the web search preview model, it was having the type as web search, so that if you're trying to extract out the data from the sources, it tends to know that you are trying to use web search. Okay, that is the first type I've given. And now the second type what I've tried to I will be using out is the file search. Okay, so this file search informs the model that we are trying to extract out the information from a file searches only, and those file searches are available in your vector store. Okay, now how it tries to identify that which vector store we are trying to use across, that is using this vector store id. Okay, now where have we created this id? We have created this id using this instance. Okay, we have just seen how we can create out the vector store id as well. And another place where you can also get your vector store id is from the OpenAI playground as well, and you can just copy it over from here as well, and then you can start to consume it over the next piece of time. Okay, and there is another thing that you can also set as, like, you if you want to control your costing, if you are just doing the POC, or you are just doing the like a proof of concept, for you are just doing a small sort of a play around sort of a stuff, then for those things you can also set up your expiry time period as well. And these things helps you to save on the cost, and the second thing it helps you over is you can also control the sort of responses that you want. Okay, and then from the UI as well, if you want to upload any file into this data store, you can also do that. And if you want to control it via the scripting piece only, that is the piece I have just shown you across. Okay, so both the things can be done with the help of OpenAI vector solution generation. Okay, and
Ranjit, just one doubt.
yeah.
So this knowledge base you created, right? So for each use case, we have to create separate knowledge base. Only then that vector ID can be passed for that use case, correct?
Uh, when you say each use case, what do you mean by that?
Suppose I am developing some three different bots, three different processes, okay? Each
Right.
process have their own documents. They are
Correct.
not interrelated. So
Correct.
in such case, three knowledge base I have to create, and each knowledge base ID I have to pass to that process, specific process.
Sai, in those cases, it totally depends upon your companies and the team's infrastructure that they are trying to use.
Okay.
Okay, so
Okay.
sometimes they can also ask you that you can use this vector DB itself, and you can then try to upload all the documents into the one vector db itself only, because this vector db will give you a sort of a response based on the documents it is available, and it will be based on the user queries. Okay, and once the user puts in his queries, the LLM model will be able to identify which one is the most relevant answer, and it will give you the responses based on that. Okay, but it totally
Okay.
depends upon your company's policies and the infrastructure setup that they have done. If they want to create out multiple instances of their vector db, then you can create it out based on the different use cases. And just in case if they are also trying you to use a single vector store itself, and then try to use that up, then you can just use a single vector store in that case. Okay.
Okay. Then after one query, if I want to replace the document or delete the existing one and upload new one, is that possible to do from the script?
Yeah. Everything is
Oh,
possible with the help of script.
okay. Then, yeah.
Okay. So you can delete it from there, you can control it from there, and everything can be maintained out from there. Okay.
Okay. That,
And the other piece over here is, guys, this is very genuine question that comes to everyone's mind, and you should be taking care that whether you also want that the vector store that you are creating should be shared across with multiple teams. If it is needs to be shared across with multiple teams, then this is the way that you upload all the data into the uh, single vector store. And just in case if you are trying to use it, create different vector dbs based on the different use cases that you're trying to support, then multiple vector dbs can support out. Okay.
But you
Okay.
can, but just the one on the same topic. I mean, it's actually a good question. So, if, for example, we have got multiple case, like let's say any simple LLM we take, we ask so many questions and it does most of the time it is correct, right? Let's say asking any coding question. So the source is provided to the LLM is a one source. It depends. I think you can control the response from your prompting from within a script as well, from a different, checks you include in your script. So that's how you can control as well. Like for example, is there any simple db? So every company has got, let's say for example, 1 db, and everybody is querying that db, on the some specific parameters. So same story can be repeated here as well. Is it not possible, I think, or is it?
uh, when you say controlling with the help of prompting. Okay.
I mean,
uh,
the response wise, yeah.
Yeah. So are you saying that you are trying to control these sort of responses based on the prompts that you are trying to put in for the model to understand?
Yeah, I think, I mean, let's say, I mean, for example, there are multiple, I mean, there are like, how you say that? So there are different use cases, like the Sai was saying, so for the different cases, we need to create the different vector DBs, So, but if all the information is in a one vector DB, we can still query that and control the response just related to, so like, for example, if one kind of queries are coming into the LLM, then you control with some kind of parameters, for example, prompting, for example, the other parameters you can include into the script to do that, or I'm totally off track.
Yes, you are actually on the right track, guys. And
Okay.
Nari, this is a very genuine and a valid question that you have asked about. Okay. Now, we are able to extract out the most relevant results from the query that I will just show you now. Okay. But in order to control whether these responses are more relevant for your team or not, you can put that sort of control within your uh, within your prompting itself. Okay. And there you can just providing your response and the sort of file it has selected out to uh, provide you the you can just providing your context window, actual context window, and the question and the response that these models have generated out, and based on that you will be able to control those pieces of information that you want to share it out with the team. And those prompts can be more specific to the proper need of the team as well. Okay, so let's say if you are working today for an HR department, and tomorrow another team comes up that is from the procurement department. Now they can ask you questions directly, and you have a 1 DB created out. Okay, but you wanted that it should be controlled, that procurement team should not see the HR responses, and HR team should not see the responses from the procurement team. So for that, you can put a control over into your LLM itself. Okay, and based on that, you can control out the sort of responses that you are trying to generate out.
Right. Okay.
Okay, and there is one more way that you can also do in your organization. You might have a like any sort of a what we call that. Uh, Identity management system as well, IAM role
Yeah.
somewhere available as well. Okay, and based on that also you can decide out that this person is from which department and he's asking which sort of a question, and you can generate the responses based on that itself.
Right. Okay. No.
Yeah. So I have a patent on this file, this solution actually. So if anybody of you will be interested out, I can share you that uh, link for your read-ups as well, just in case if you guys are interested in.
No problem.
Yeah. Okay. So now, till now, we have just seen what sort of model we are in. We have just selected out the query that we wanted to use, and we have the tools identified, like what is the amount of responses that we want to generate out, and then we can see what sort of responses were created out for you. So you can see over here, model was able to understand what is the responses. Okay, then it was also able to understand from which file the question was actually asked for. Okay, so I asked a question related to GAI. Let me open this up for you guys first. Okay, so in this question document, GAI is somewhere here. Okay, so you can see that it was able to identify that in which document this answer was actually available. Okay, and that is what you are able to see it over here. And this file name, file ID is the same file ID that you have used to provide into your model itself as well. Okay, and okay, now you can also see that what is the file name that has been pulled from. And another thing you see over here is the sort of scores that you are getting it out. Okay, so you can see that 0.6939 is the scoring it feels that this is the most relevant answer for your user query. Okay, now we will go one level ahead and we will see like what sort of accuracy the other responses having. Just, I'm just opening the beautify JSON so that you can see the exact response that we are getting. Okay, so over here you can see the first score that has come over here, and then the next score is coming over here. Okay, so you can see that model was able to identify both the things correctly, and it was able to give you the amount of confidence it is having on the result on the data on that vector db that you have searched across. Okay, Now, the most important thing for you guys is like it is very important when you're designing these RAG solutions. It's very important that what sort of confidence level you want to see across. Okay, now let me just maximize this thing and let's see whether the responses now has a better accuracy or not. So you can see first this percentage has come across 69.39. Now it has 61.63 as well. And another thing it will have is lesser accuracy. And let's see what is the accuracy, least accuracy it is getting you out. So can anybody tell me like why this score is getting lower as I'm increasing out the amount of type of responses I'm trying to get? Can anybody take a guess why this accuracy score or this confidence score is low when I increase the number of results that we are trying to get? Any idea, guys?
Like just a guess, like in the neural networks, the nearby result has the highest score and the distance one has the less score. In a similar way, this one is working.
Correct. So basically it did the that thing only. Okay, what it tried to do was it was trying to find out the most nearest neighbor out of it. Okay, and that nearest neighbor was used across to pull in the confidence level. So as I increase the number of responses to be generated out, the number of the confidence score of that response was getting lower and lower. Okay, so there are multiple ways that you can control the sort of output that you want to get from this model. Okay, now let me change a question and let me ask a question related to the other document. Okay, and we will reduce out the amount of time period that it takes to like and we will try to see that whether it is able to identify that whether the response is correct or not, and whether it is able to identify the correct file or not. Okay, now this is the other model that I've other document file that I've put across. Okay, so let me ask a specific question. Okay, I'm now asking a question. So you can see now it was able to find out that this is the most relevant answer, and the most confidence score you can, or you can also see that it has also increased out. Okay, and this way you can try to create out your own RAG solutions and you can optimize it for your overall needs as well. Okay, so first of all, any questions around this solution, any questions around the RAG concept, then I will move on into the next piece of it. Any question, guys, over here?
No, Arijit, not at hand.
Perfect. Okay. Any question from you, Sai?
No, like the response finally that we're getting, right? So the top score one, the first score output alone, if we want, we can get the specific output, right? Because we kept 5 iterations, 5 maximum count, right? In that I
Correct.
want the which has highest score that we can get it as
Correct.
output.
Correct. And there will be another way as well. Like you have now got this response. Okay. Like you have got here this response. Now there is another way that what you can do over here is like you can pass on the response that you have got into the LLM, and then that LLM can also generate out a very good response in the structured order so that the users can understand it.
Okay.
Okay. And I will cover that in my next lecture so that you guys can also understand how these responses are useful for LLM to understand, and how you can restrict out LLMs with the help of these concepts as well. Okay. So my today's idea was just to show you across how to upload create out the vector stores, how to upload the files to the vector stores, and how to generate out the responses and find the most relevant answers to the user queries based on the vector store that you have provided across. Okay, so I will cover the next piece of information over there, but before leaving today, I will also walk you through one of the I will make you see the same thing with the help of a low code no code platform tool as well. Okay, so we just saw last time that what is Langflow. By any chance, did you try to look into that, Sai, Khushbu and Khushbu?
No, Arijit, I didn't get chance to go through that model.
Okay, no worries. What about you?
Installation alone, I did completed, and I was seeing some demo was that.
Okay, and did you try the like online version as well that is available for you?
Sorry, online. No, I didn't go with any kind of installation or anything. It was asking that C++ add-ons and all to add. So those
Okay.
stuff and all I completed and kept the file ready, the installer ready, so that we
Okay.
can start with it.
So you can also try to go to its online like a web version as well, and you can also
Okay, okay,
play it around with this as well. Okay.
okay, I'll try.
Yeah. So let's just create out another thing over here. I'm just opening the same thing, and let me just open it up. You guys. Okay, so this version is just opening up, and I will just show you a simple basic concept of creating out a chat solution with this platform. Okay, so this platform has been was actually owned by a company known as uh, Ver- uh, that was known as Dataverse or something.
Data stack.
Data Stack, right? And now this company has been taken over by IBM as well, and IBM is the actual owner of this particular platform actually now.
Oh,
Okay,
really? Okay. Shame.
yeah, and this was taken over by IBM, and they are now managing and maintaining this platform by themselves. Okay, so now the first thing that I wanted to show you across was how you can create out a simple open AI chat solution with the help of this platform itself. Okay. Now in this module, you have I will just start with this basic one, that what the user is trying to ask in. Okay, just like any chat window where user can type in, you provide in this module like a chat input module. Okay, then just like any other place where you provide in that what are the prompting techniques, what are the things that you want these solution to answer, you can just put in over here. Like you can give it a basic prompt over here. Okay, and then you can select what type of model you are trying to connect out. Okay, now in here we have selected out OpenAI model. Similarly, you can select out Google's model. You can also select out DeepSeek model, and you can also select out all the Grok's, Hugging Face, IBM Watson, X.AI, all those models that are available in the market. You can select it out. Okay, and each module will have its own connectors available with it. Okay, now you can see, let's say this open router model is there. This model has some different sort of a capabilities. Okay, so you will have to take care that whenever you're selecting that relevant model, you are selecting its actual parameters as well. Okay, every model will have its own different sort of a parameters as well. Now when I see the Google Gemini model and the OpenAI model, it has an input, it has a system message. Okay, it has an input, it has a system message, and again it has some of another property, that is the maximum output token you want to generate out. Okay, and here it is also giving out you the temperature controlling feature, and it is also giving you a capability whether you want to enable out that particular tool or not. Okay, and similarly just like the language responses and the messages, it's also able to give you that as well. Now apart from this, you can select out which model works best for you, and based on that you can try to create that up. Now apart from this, you will also have to providing your OpenAI key as well. Okay, so how do you create it out? You just create it as a credential, you give it a name, and then you give it your value, and you just save that up. Automatically this uh, API gets stored in such a way that is it is encrypted, and model is able to use your own personalized API keys. Okay, and then it's the output module that gives you the output that you are trying to generate out. Okay, now let's try to run this model first. Okay, can anybody tell me why this error comes up?
Available limit got over.
Correct. Either you are putting in a wrong API key, or either the limit of that API key has been exceeded out. Okay. So,
We are doing a paid version only, right? That's it. There no limit, right?
sorry.
The OpenAI API key.
Yeah.
Okay, in pricing we have to check, right? How much we have done. Okay, okay. Fine.
Yeah. And I have bought it specifically for this session itself only. So all the demos, whatever I'm showing you, is from the paid version. I bought it for you guys. Okay. So I have just given in my API key, and now I have just saved it out. Okay. Now let's select it out. I have just created out a variable as well, and now let's try to run it out. Okay, now it generated out the response. Let's see the responses. Sorry. So you can see, like we just gave it a hello word and it was able to give me the response. Now the good part of this platform is you get a easy to use module that you can test with to see the sort of responses you are trying to uh, like your LLM will be giving out. Okay, so this is the best part. So I've just given it a different question and it was able to give me the relevant answers around it. Okay, so this way you can test out how your model is responding out. And now the beautiful part of this model is this solution is that you can also use that across into your different applications as well. So let's say you have created a certain flow, and this flow you want to use it across into your organization, or you want to use it across into your application. Okay, so for this you just have to create out a authentication token using this platform. Okay, and then pass it just like your REST API calls as well. Just like your REST API calls, you can make a call to this model itself. Okay, and this flow will be triggered and you will be able to generate out the responses using the API. Then another thing it gives you is if you want to embed this solution into any of your uh, like your platforms also, you can also use a ready to use a chat solution that can be just picked up with this uh, like iframe module, and you can just paste it into your any of your websites, and based on that it will be able to generate out the responses as well. And this flow id which you are able to see over here, that is the flow id with the help of which the model and everything gets connected out, and you will be able to see the responses into your platforms. Okay, so I want that you should guys should try this thing at your place as well. And I want that you should also try to first create a simple prompt, and you should also try to create out a module with the help of a PDF as well. Okay, so that you can see how easy it is for you to create out such modules in the low code no code platform as well. Okay, so this is the two important topics that I wanted to cover today. And any question, guys, from you on this, I'm happy to answer around it.